Welcome back to Fintech Bot Focused, where we discuss, dissect, and implement all things automated trading. If you're into AI tools, trading bots, and fintech innovations, make sure you subscribe. Today, we are doing something special. I'm going to walk you through the exact roadmap for building your own trading bot from scratch. No fluff, just the engineering reality of how you go from a blank script to a live bot executing trades 24/7. We have a lot to cover, so let's dive straight into the first and arguably most critical decision, choosing the right programming language. If you look at the institutional high-frequency trading firms, the guys fighting for nanoseconds, they are writing in C++ or even Rust. They need direct hardware access and zero latency. But for 99% of us watching this channel, the answer is unequivocally Python. Why? Because in 2021 man, an indoded son, I'll be 25 man, 16 skrik rhyme, Ori and Ordain, then extensindens. Audindim restrostado then you aren't trying to beat the HFTs on speed, you're trying to beat the market on strategy. Python allows you to prototype, test, and deploy faster than any other language. With Python, you get access to libraries that do the heavy lifting for you. You have pandas for data manipulation. It's basically Excel on steroids for code. You have CCXT, which is a library that connects to over 100 cryptocurrency exchanges with a unified API. This means you can write code for Binance and switch it to Kraken with almost zero changes. And for the heavy math, you have NumPy. If you try to build a bot in Java or C++ today as a solo developer, you are spending 80% of your time writing infrastructure and only 20% on your actual trading edge. With Python, we flip that ratio. Now, once you've set up your Python environment, step 2 is defining your trading strategy. A bot is only as good as the logic you give it. You cannot just tell a computer to buy low and sell high. You need to be mathematically precise. Broadly, you'll likely start with one of two categories, mean reversion or momentum. A mean reversion strategy assumes that if a price spikes too far from its average, it will snap back. To code this, you might use Bollinger Bands or the RSI indicator. You'd write logic that says, if the RSI is below 30, buy. If it's above 70, sell. On the other hand, momentum strategies assume that a trend will continue. A classic example here is the moving average crossover. You calculate a fast-moving average, say the 50-day, and a slow one, like the 200-day. Your code simply checks, did the 50-day cross above the 200-day? If yes, buy. The key here is to write this logic into a clean function or class in your code. Don't hard-code values. Make variables for your RSI thresholds or your moving average windows. This is crucial for the next step. Step 3 is testing and optimizing your code. Before we even look at historical data, we need to ensure the code actually works. This is where unit testing comes in. You want to write small tests using a library like, for example, if your strategy function receives a price of $100 and an RSI of 20, does it return a buy signal? You need to verify this logic in isolation. This phase also involves optimization. Remember those variables I told you not to hardcode? Now we use them. You might want to know, is an RSI of 30 the best entry point, or is 25 better? You can write a script to iterate through these parameters, a process called grid search. However, a massive warning here. Do not over-optimize. If you tweak your parameters until they show a 1000% return on past data, you are overfitting. You are memorizing the past, not predicting the future. Your bot will fail live. Look for stable parameters that perform decently across different time periods, not just the ones that made a fortune in a specific month. That leads us directly into step 4, backtesting against historical data. This is the simulation phase. You are going to run your strategy against the last year or two of market data to see how it would have performed. For this, I highly recommend using a dedicated framework like or the newer, faster. Do not write your own backtester from scratch unless you really know what you're doing. It is too easy to introduce look-ahead bias. This is a fatal error where your bot accidentally uses data from the future to make a decision, like buying at the open price of a candle based on the closing price of that same candle. Dedicated libraries prevent this. When you run your backtest, don't just look at the total profit. Look at the max drawdown. What was the worst period? If your bot made 50% profit but at one point lost 40% of your account, can you psychologically handle that? Probably not. You need to simulate fees and slippage too. If you are trading frequently, exchange fees will eat your profits alive. Make sure your backtest includes a 0.1% or 0.2% fee per trade to be realistic. Finally, step 5, deploying your bot live. You have a strategy, it's coded in Python, and it passed the backtest. Now where does it live? It cannot live on your laptop. Your laptop goes to sleep, loses Wi-Fi, or restarts for updates. Your bot needs to run 24/7. You need a cloud server. The two big contenders for retail traders are AWS, Amazon Web Services, and DigitalOcean. AWS offers a free tier with their EC2 instances, which is great for starting out. DigitalOcean is often praised for being more user-friendly and having predictable pricing. You will spin up a small Linux server, a VPS, and upload your code. Security is paramount here. Never, ever hard-code your API keys into your Python script. If you upload that script to GitHub, hackers will drain your account in seconds. Instead, use environment variables. You create a file on your server that holds your keys, and your Python script reads them using the library. Also, implement logging. Your bot should write to a log file every time it checks a price or makes a trade. When you wake up and see a trade you didn't expect, you need to be able to check the logs and see exactly why the bot made that decision. Building a bot is a journey. It starts with Python, moves through the math of strategy, gets rigorous with testing, and ends with a secure cloud deployment. It's not a passive income money printer, it's a business you build and maintain. Sign up for the Fintech Bot Focused newsletter. Before you go, make sure you join the Fintech Bot Focused newsletter. You'll get updates on new bots and AI features, strategy breakdowns, my honest takes on what's working, early looks at new automated trading tools, and you can reply with video topics you want covered. The link is in the description. Join the community and stay ahead of the automation curve. Disclaimer. This video is for educational purposes only, not financial advice. Trading, especially automated trading, involves risk. Always trade at your own risk and test everything before going live.